Welcome to the first episode of Triple Threat Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Lucky. You might know me from Gem Mint 10 Sports Card Podcast. We're starting something new. We got my boy MVP. That's not copyright infringement. That is his name. We'll explain as we go on. But we do have a third man. He isn't here this week. So, Matt, I feel like this is the lead up to Bash at the Beach. Like, we're just going to keep hyping this third man until he shows up and we'll figure out who it is. But
whose side is he on? Oh, he's the third man. He's the third man.
Yeah. So next week we will have a third man. But MVP, how you doing?
Feeling good. Had a productive day.
Good.
Yeah. So Lucky, what do you want to talk about?
Well, let's talk about. We just started this thing, right? So I thought it was a good opportunity because we both love pro wrestling. The third man also loves it, and we go way back. This is a childhood thing for me and you, so we always talk about it.
I mean, I think that's how we started to be friends over wrestling.
That's true. And I mean, we talk about wrestling all the time. We might as well make a podcast about it and actually put the content out there. So, but yeah. So, what did you think this week of the shows, Raw and SmackDown? What do you grade the episodes?
I guess both shows progressing the World Heavyweight Championship storylines.
How do you feel about SmackDown wrestlers partaking in that tournament?
I don't get it. But the explanation from what I saw was both shows need ratings.
It's a cop-out.
Yeah, it is, but at the same time, well, I mean, yeah, at the same time, I see the reason because, the NBA playoffs and how awesome they've been doing. So I get it. It is a cop-out too, but business is business, I guess.
I get it. I mean, in ratings, yeah, they're important. I get that's their business structure, but for fans like me and you, when you tell me on TV that it's separate, it's a new thing, we're not going back like we always do.
But then you go back.
Correct. Like, it didn't even last a week.
No.
So, I don't know. That signs for me that maybe Black Mustache Man is kind of taken over the creative a little bit, which... my feelings on that. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, so all right, we'll get into it. So let's start with the Monday Night Raw recap. So the show starts triple threat matches for the chance at the World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, first Cody Rhodes comes out hyping the World Heavyweight Championship.
Which, does that help it not feel like a consolation prize?
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, this they're building this championship to be defended more regularly, or at least be seen more regularly than the Undisputed Universal Championship, which once every month or so, when Roman feels like showing up.
Well, that's why they should have just made him take the belt, like let him keep the one belt and take the other one off him.
Yeah.
Because that would have been great at WrestleMania. Have Cody beat him and then say, okay, well, the Royal Rumble match winner only gets a championship opportunity. There's two championships. Yeah. And then that's how you could have split the belts back up. And it still felt prestigious.
Yeah.
But we don't have that now because we have a new championship. And it just feels like we're never going to take this belt off of him. So we need to pacify people.
Yeah.
Which...
no, but anyway. we also needed another world champion that's going to be displayed,
right?
So everyone and their mother knows that this World Heavyweight Championship is tailor made for Seth freaking Rollins.
It does feel that way. But we're gonna get into it because there was a few surprises in this triple threat matches here. So. We had Rollins versus Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I was not interested in that match because I already knew it's going to be Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Damian Priest is not a threat, and
No.
as much as I would love a Shinsuke run, he ain't there yet. He just came back.
He just returned, and then they see big things with Big Damian Priest. He's not there. He's not there yet, but it seems like a big push is headed his way,
I hope so.
especially with this performance at Backlash with Bad Bunny.
Right.
He made Bad Bunny look like $1 million.
This may sound off to you, maybe, but Damian Priest to me kind of feels like how Baron Corbin felt when he started with the long hair and that rebel kind of guy, and like he was going to have a big push. And then they destroyed Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that don't happen with Damian Priest because he feels like that, like outlaw kind of guy. That
he's got those vibes, but he's teaming with like the biggest heat magnet right now.
Oh, Dominic,
Yeah,
is the best heat magnet. He can't even say a word.
No.
I love those segments. But
They're printing money with him. Like that's the best. The Judgment Day is the best thing to happen to Dominic Mysterio.
oh yeah, it's just crazy how much the crowd hates his guts. But so yeah, Seth Rollins wins that one.
No one's surprised there.
No. Then you have Cody versus Balor versus Miz.
Oh man.
So give me your thoughts on that match.
All right, so we all know this title isn't for Cody.
Right.
Cody has to beat Roman
To finish the story.
If he won this title, that would have been the biggest cop out.
Oh yeah. Big time.
So we all knew Cody wasn't going to win the belt, but it would have been kind of cool to see another Cody and Seth on free TV.
Yeah.
But Finn going over, I liked it because it kind of left a little bit of who's gonna win this next one, Seth versus Finn? Because if keep in mind, Finn was the very first Universal Champion,
Right.
and he only held it for a day. So I feel like he's owed like a championship run. So like if he won the match later and actually like was in the running for the title, I wouldn't have been mad with it either.
Yeah. I mean, so Miz is one of those people that I want to see him as a threat because I like Miz, but
The Miz.
there was no way I even thought about him. And so I do like getting Cody out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Without having him straight up lose. But here's my questions, right? I have 2 questions. I'll let you answer them. I'm going over my notes here. Obviously, the biggest question, why is Brock after Cody? There was no rhyme or reason for it.
Well, dude, it's his face. You see his face? He messed up his face.
But what about the time before?
What if somebody messed up your face? Wouldn't you want revenge?
A little, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense, right? Because you have him come out and attack Cody that set up the first match. But why? Because they both hate Roman Reigns. That whole segment was about taking out Roman.
If I don't remember last week's promo saying how Cody, like Brock was mad at Cody for single-handedly taking Brock out of the main event scene just by being there.
Brock is a monster, though. He should just know that he can just be back there whenever he wants.
True, but who did he face at Mania? Who did Cody face at Mania?
I get it. I guess. So we'll see how it plays out. But
I mean, granted, I think what he did with Omos was great.
Do you think that they're headed toward Cody versus Reigns at Mania 40? To finish the story, or is it going to happen at SummerSlam?
I think SummerSlam in Detroit.
Because there's a rumor that the rumor I read today, the source ain't reliable. I'm not going to quote it and be like, oh, this is big news. But someone said that the rumor backstage is that they want Reigns to hold it to WrestleMania 40 and 41. The next 2
40 and 41?
Yeah. So I guess if you have them,
I'm right. So I get keeping it the 1,000, but do you really need to beat Backlund's record? Do you really need to beat San Martino's record?
his character right now, I kind of wouldn't mind it. And a lot of people hate on him for various reasons. I love Roman. I love me some
Roman
Roman.
is the best thing going today, but he's not there every week. Granted, he doesn't need to be, but you're representing a championship with. I mean, it's merged. So does it have like the lineage of like the WWE Championship dating back that, or is it just universal?
Yeah, that's because they keep saying he's 1,000-day champion, but
Yeah.
he hasn't held both titles for that long, just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
But so I think that the only way you can have Cody take him on at SummerSlam or Mania, because Cody he has to finish his story, whatever. But they're on opposite brands now.
Yeah.
You have to have Cody win Money in the Bank, and he cashes it in on.
I
Raw.
mean, wouldn't that be like too obvious?
Of course. So was him winning at the Rumble. Cody comes in at number 29. Of course you're gonna. Of course. But yeah, that's my thought on that.
Or he forces Adam Pearce to make a trade.
Then we go back on. I could talk about that draft all day because there's going to be so many reasons to get people wherever. And so quickly, Kevin and Sammy, they beat Imperium. Not a bad television match. It's pretty good. Sami Zayn and Kevin are good.
Does that just take a big dump on Imperium?
It does. Their first match on Raw, and they lose clean to the tag team champions. I don't like that. I would have had them beat someone else. It's still a good match for what it was, but it's not.
Yeah,
it wasn't good for Imperium.
I mean,
not a good start, but
maybe they're just waiting to have Gunther with them to, I guess, be at full strength.
Right. We'll see. Gunther's another one that needs a huge push to the main event scene, like big time.
They'll get there. Slow burn for him.
I have written on here Trish's promo on Lynch just because she comes off better in her heel promos than her babyface ones. But Lynch coming back, obviously that's setting up a match at Night of Champions. I don't know how I feel about Trish being there though. It's like, are you on your last run or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also one of those for Becky. I'd like to work a program with Trish.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, because she's obviously not in the title picture currently. They're working something for Rhea. She's doing her thing. I think it's too soon to put her with Becky.
Right. So the women's division, like, it's good, but I feel like we've been bringing back some legends a little bit too much lately, where it's like this is a good time to boost some other people. But
yeah,
Dominic Mysterio beats Woods. By the way, my favorite part of that is Dom rocks.
Well, did you see it at Backlash? Rhea had her trunks had Dom on the back.
Yeah,
and then her real life boyfriend Buddy Murphy is like, "Oh, it might say his name, but I get to touch that."
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I didn't even know that they were a couple until I read that too. I was like, "Oh, Buddy Murphy's with her." I didn't even realize that. But so then we get to the main event: Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. Obviously, Rollins is going to win.
Yeah.
I do love Balor getting revenge with the buckle bomb on the guardrail.
Oh yeah,
that was a good callback.
Yes, I was just seeing. I was just like paying close attention to Seth to see if he had to put it back in.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, and even though he was kind of showing weakness in that one arm, I never questioned myself that he was going to win that. Obviously, he's going to win it.
This belt is tailor-made for Seth Rollins.
Yeah. So that was Raw. I mean, they filled the 3 hours pretty nicely, but that's just because of the tournament.
Yeah.
And you see, like, as I watch the episodes, I'm like, you definitely have Triple H at the helm, but then some of the decisions you're like, Vince is in his ear,
Yeah.
like, and it sucks because just give Triple H a whole, control of it, and I think it'd be great. But yeah, did you watch AEW? I don't watch it.
All right. So since we decided to do this show, I kind of all right. So I try to watch AEW. I do, but then I end up changing the channel because it's like I can't, and then just going to like the playoffs. But this week, since we had this show, on the come up, I actually sat down and watched Dynamite. It was okay.
Here's the extent I know about AEW. Moxley just loves to show blood in every one of his matches.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, if you know his background, he did do a lot with CZW.
Right. I know Darby Allin is still with Sting, and I don't know the relationship there, but I know they're together.
It's like a mentorship type deal.
Yeah. And then I know that MJF is really good on the mic.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say he's the best in the business. I don't see that because he's okay in the ring.
He does what he needs to do in the ring.
Yeah.
He's not going to give you a 5-star match.
But to be as good as he is on the mic, and he's only, what, like 25, 24?
Yeah. Oh, he's ahead of the game.
Because he's definitely a heat magnet. But
and I don't know if you see like his appearances outside the ring. He's like Undertaker. He remains in character.
I think that his character and who he is, he's merged together so good that I think that's just who he is. Like I saw a video on TikTok of him like talking to this little girl with her dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw that one, but he's got to sign their autographs. He's like, what do you want me to sign? Oh my God, are you kidding me? And
yeah.
And then he's like, do you realize your dad could have saved a bunch of money if you would have bought a condom 12 years ago? And then the girl was like, well, your dad should have bought one. He's like, really? He's like, he signs the action figure and he throws it on the floor. He's like, just go get it. Get out of my face. Like, I'm like, wow.
Well, there's also one of him like interaction with a fan, with a little boy. Like, oh, they're taking a picture, and he's like flicking him off, and then the little kid just gives him a thumbs up, and he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. No, he's good, but that's about the extent I know of AEW. Is like I'll watch big matches, but it's like it feels for me like AEW is 2001 WCW. There's this kind of no rhyme or reason for things happening. They're just happening.
And then just ex WWE guys or WWE or just guys that WWE doesn't want just shows up.
Yeah. Is Mark Henry still there?
Yes.
What does he do?
All right. So before we went on there, they actually aired Rampage. Watched a little bit of that. He still does the big split screen like we're doing right now of like one team and then the other team. He's right in the middle. He lets them do the trash talking and he's like, and that's our main event. Send it down to the ring.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe he's working towards having like one more match, but from what I hear, his injuries are pretty extensive. But he's still getting that TV time. Get your money, big man.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to SmackDown.
Well, or before we move on.
Oh yeah.
CM Punk.
Is he coming back?
Yes.
To AEW?
Yes. All reports point that way, and a big to do with this new deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. This new deal that this $1 billion deal, and this new show Collision. I mean, which they got rid of their online shows for this show, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how Punk does in the ring because I mean. He did show a lot of ring rust his last run there where I'm
and
like,
he's always getting hurt.
yeah, I'm like, this is not the CM Punk that was the best in the world. So don't take that damn shirt off. But all right, Friday Night SmackDown recap. The shows they started the show, which I guess you have to in 2 hours, with both triple threat matches. So
Yeah,
the first one was Styles versus Edge versus Ray. I highly expected Edge to win because of the promo he put online, where he has to finish his own story. He has one more year left, and what better way than to win the title that kind of looks like the title he never lost, the big gold one. I'm highly surprised he lost, because I expected him to at least be in the main event with Seth Rollins.
I'm not. I was surprised that AJ got the nod, but I do like the choice.
Yeah, I like it too. I'm just surprised they did that, because why have him put this whole promo online if you have no intention of going that way? Which I guess to make you as a viewer question the outcome, but which, by the way, I keep yawning. I have a newborn, in case you guys didn't know, so I'm like trying my best to stay alive for you. But yeah, it was a great
brother.
Yeah, it was a good match. The one botch that happened with Ray and Edge.
Oh yeah.
I didn't hang my head up too high on it, because it was still a good match, you know. So
no, but all right, so I watched it, and I was with my girlfriend. I'm like, ooh, he messed up there.
Yeah, it was supposed to be.
I didn't see it. No, Edge was supposed to spear him.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
Ray acted like he speared him, but in all reality, Edge wasn't looking. So I think they might have been a second off. But it still went where it needed to go, because Ray's a professional in that ring.
Right. And I still love AJ Styles going over, because he needs to be back in a main event picture.
Yeah.
He belongs there.
I mean, with this draft, so many possibilities.
Right. So then you have Theory versus Lashley versus Sheamus. I wanted Sheamus to win.
I was thinking Theory was going to go over.
Oh, well, I'm glad he didn't.
No.
I was surprised Lashley.
Yeah.
Over,
for sure.
But
I mean, the way he lost the title.
Lashley's been done a little dirty the last couple months. So, it's good to have him see a meaningful win. I just kind of wanted Sheamus to win. I think Sheamus has kind of earned it, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the bloody head.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. So then the next segment was Grayson Waller showed up.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a nice call up.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Smart to put him opposite Miz.
Yes.
There's no way you put two guys with talk segments on the same show.
Right. So you have Grayson Waller, who is going to talk to, it was the winner of the main event, so he's going to talk to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Now we got to talk about my favorite part of the show, and you already know where I'm going with this. The Bloodline segment.
Mm-hmm.
It was phenomenal, because even though Roman's not there every week, when he is, it is captivating.
Oh, yeah.
It is so good. And just the way he handled them, like, you knew he was going to call him out for losing.
Yes.
But he added so much to that I didn't even think about, where he said, you dedicated this to me. I'm not a tag team.
I'm not a tag wrestler.
Yeah. And he said, you disrespected our bloodline, like the Hall of Fame tag teams before you. And now they're doing that where, like, now Jimmy wants a piece of Roman when he's getting talked dirty too. But it was amazing. I love that whole segment.
They left them in the ring too.
Yeah. And Paul Heyman is such a snake, dude. Oh, yeah, yes, my tribal chief. Yes. Like, get out of here. But
I dedicate this match to the greatest tag team,
Alpha
and Sika.
The Wild Samoans.
He should have been like, to my daddy. My daddy Sika.
So now the meme is coming to life. Roman's going to win all these belts. Because here's what they should do. And because you knew that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn had beef with the Bloodline.
Yeah.
They had to win that main event.
Yeah.
But really, do they have to stay tag team champions? Not
all right,
really.
so here they're officially listed on Raw.
Right.
So is this how they get the tag titles? Split the tag titles?
I don't know, because what they should do is have Roman and Solo win them. And that creates the civil war in the bloodline where the Usos have to dethrone Roman and Solo for the tag titles. That's what should happen. But we'll see if this match even happens, because I think Sami Zayn had issues with Saudi Arabian's government. So I don't think he's going to go to Saudi Arabia.
No, and Kevin Owens isn't a fan of going there either.
Yeah, so who knows if this was just to get people talking. If it actually happens, who knows? But if it does, Roman and Solo should win. And then they split the bloodline. And the Usos have to take them down to win the titles. That's how I feel it should go down. But yeah, it was good. I love the bloodline segments. They're my favorite part.
Solo with those facial expressions, man. See,
Solo's the man, dude.
He is.
So, and that was interesting to hear Roman say that too. He said Solo always gets the job done.
Yeah.
So we'll go do what we always do, and we'll get the job done. Like, that was good. So, and then let's see here. The main event: Styles versus Lashley. I didn't.
You're gonna gloss over the the women's tag team titles.
I didn't write it down. You could recap it. I'll tell you what I think.
Well, there's Liv Morgan and Raquel against Damage Control, Bayley and Dakota Kai.
I think I didn't write it down because I'm so over the Damage Control thing. Maybe that's why. I'm just like, okay, you could split.
Well, I mean, it did progress the storyline of EO leaving the group.
Which she should. She'd be good to go after a single title.
Yeah.
Eventually here, but
yeah, they ultimately lose, and Morgan and Raquel, they retain the titles.
I like Liv Morgan. She puts on good matches. I think she's a little underrated. Like, and I've realized the good work she does at the Elimination Chamber match. I was like, dude, she's really putting these people over in this match.
Yeah,
like, she's doing good.
She's highly improved.
Yeah.
And I liked Raquel back down in NXT. Ever since they brought her up, they just put this smile on her face. I don't like it.
Yeah, I know.
It just comes off as forced.
I didn't write it down too, but I'm pretty sure we saw Pretty Deadly on SmackDown.
Yes. Very excited about them. I watch my NXT. I enjoy NXT, and they were awesome down there.
Did you watch NXT this week?
Yes, I did.
What did you think of the See, I don't watch NXT as much. What's the name of the champion again? Hartwell. What's her name?
Indy Hartwell.
Yeah, she's got the broken foot.
Oh no, she last week or a couple weeks ago, she actually vacated the title.
Yeah, and then Dexter Lumis was there,
yeah,
like under the ring.
Yeah. All right. So another segment you missed on Raw. The Way seemed to be reunited.
Right.
Minus Austin Theory.
Minus Austin Theory, yeah.
It was one of my favorite acts on NXT, and hopefully they get some shine on Raw.
God, what is with this? I'm going to watch them, and like you're watching AEW, I'm going to watch NXT. I'm going to start because
10 years after I recommended it to you.
Yeah, because of my work schedule, it's like it's just so hard to catch up on things, and like Raw's 3 hours, and SmackDown's 2 hours. It's like I got a whole nother.
Oh no! Hey! My girlfriend tells me I watch too much wrestling.
Tell her it's never enough. Tell her she's going to be the guest next week. She's going to be a guest next week. Okay, main event.
She's like, I like that guy, and I don't know why you always point one to this guy when Roman comes to the ring.
I'll tell you the extent of my wife. We watch wrestling. She used to watch with me a long time ago. The extent that she would tell you is Shawn Michaels and Undertaker is the greatest match of all time, which I agree.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels Undertaker WrestleMania, like the first one.
Yes. That was classic.
Yes.
And then the second thing she'll tell you is how hot Randy Orton is. That's it. So yeah, Styles versus Lashley. Styles wins. Back in the main event. It should be a good match. Rollins and AJ.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm excited for it.
I am so excited for that. But
Do
we all know who's going over.
Do they pull the rug out from under you and give it to AJ?
No.
Maybe the OC helps him win it.
Then what do? Bring the OC over to Raw? What was the point of the draft?
Did they get drafted to SmackDown or are they on Raw?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
they're
on Raw.
officially on SmackDown. The
I thought
OC.
they were on Raw. That's interesting. Okay.
They're officially listed as SmackDown wrestlers.
So Rollins wins then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in agreement.
Well, I mean, also this title is tailor made for him, and
It is.
they're gonna let him run with it.
Who's going to be his first feud? Let's do some predictions.
Balor.
That'd be a good feud.
I'll go Balor.
I'm digging that. Okay, let me get something ready here because now that we are toward the end here, we did our Raw and SmackDown recap. I thought this would be a cool thing to do the pay-per-view game. So I'm going to name you a match card. Once I name the first match, I'm going to put 90 seconds on my stop clock.
Oh no!
You have 90 seconds to guess what the pay-per-view is. If you need a hint, I'll give you a couple hints.
Well, all right. So how many matches you're giving me?
There's 7.
Oh, so you're gonna read the whole card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or we could do it this way. I'll read the whole card and give you 60 seconds to ask questions.
Okay.
Okay.
That
Let me
works.
get my stop clock ready. This is a pretty good first episode. It'll be good when Alexis is here. He's a really good talker, so he'll talk our ear off about wrestling. That's for sure.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Stopwatch. Okay. I'm gonna put 60 seconds after I name the matches. But you're pretty good at this, so you might know what it is. Okay.
We'll see.
First match, ECW title, Jack Swagger versus Christian.
Okay.
Second match, Ricky Steamboat versus Chris Jericho.
Oh.
CM Punk versus Kane. I Quit match, Matt versus Jeff Hardy. Beth Phoenix versus Santina Marella.
Okay.
And then Batista, Triple H, and Shane McMahon versus Legacy. 60 seconds has started now.
Oh, that. Was there a title on the line in that last match?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even read that. That's my fault. It mixed in with my other notes. Last man standing, John Cena versus Edge, World Heavyweight title match.
The Triple H, Batista, Shane McMahon versus Legacy. Is there a title on the line for that match?
No.
So,
Based on some of the participants, you can kind of guess the year.
yeah. I'm thinking 07 to 09. That
It's in that range.
time frame, because Christian and ECW, and then the Hardys were feuding against each other.
And we have 30 seconds left.
It's not a Mania,
Nope.
because I want to say the Hardys did like a no holds barred. What season was
Spring.
spring? What kind of match was the World Heavyweight title match?
Last man standing. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Final guess.
You get a final guess. I'll even make it easy for you for the first one. I'll give you the year. You
Okay,
just got to name the pay-per-view.
the pay-per-view.
2009.
2009. Payback. It's not right.
Backlash.
Oh, so this was post Mania.
Yeah. 09 Backlash.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
Because it was right after the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, so Ricky
Okay.
Steamboat
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
He faces Chris Jericho in another match, so
Okay. So
That's
it's right
the-
after Mania. Okay, so
good.
uh,
We'll do that every week. I'll come up with and you and the third man can partake in it. So
he's the third man.
he's the third man. It's gonna be someone from like another podcast, and he's gonna come over and like leg drop one of us.
Hey, whose side is he on? He's the third.
Which pod is he on? But yeah. What else you got? Anything?
No, I'm just I'm glad they're bringing another world title back, and it just so happens to be, WWE's version of Big Gold, and that's my favorite belt of all time,
It is the best belt of all time.
the Big Gold belt, and just put their iteration of it on there. I approve. As soon as H unveiled it, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm good with it too. So we'll see. The pay-per-view is a week
2 weeks from tonight.
tonight.
2 weeks. It's on
Today's
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Okay. Well, all right then. We'll be back next week. Make sure to check out our other podcasts. So we have two guys and a mic. They'll be recording tomorrow for a release Tuesday. This one should release tomorrow because we have to be on a schedule. We recap Raw and SmackDown is going to mix with the other episodes if we don't do it. So I'll release it tomorrow.
Are we gonna start doing AEW as well, or stick to Raw and SmackDown?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go old school. One of the sources you gave me a long time ago, I'll read that website and see what happened on AEW, but I don't think I can watch it. I'll just write down notes of what I read on there. But and I'll quote my sources and everything. But yeah, we'll be back next week with episode 2. Make sure you check out Two Guys and a Mic and the Jim and 10 Sports Card podcast. And then
It's great.
it is great. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.